Cheesy, Nye McGee here with EUR Web. Thank you for giving me your time today to speak about your career and all the wonderful things you are doing. I know you're making waves on social media. I know you had a major milestone moment at the BET Award, so we'll get into all that. Tell my audience who you are, what you are all about, and why you are the hottest thing right now when it comes to pop culture, social media, and just being an all-around influencer.
Well, it's your girl Tay Cheesy here to make it look easy. From the South. I derive from a lot of places, a lot of cultures. And, with every place I went to, I learned their style of dance. So, I love to learn new things about new places, new cities that I go to, new dance styles. And I incorporate all that into who I am today. I've been dancing, pretty much my whole life, but I've been dancing professionally since, I say 2020. That's when I was in graduating college at that time and I was getting consistently booked, whether it was for, dancing for artists or at the time doing dance fitness. So, straight out of college, I've been working for myself, entertaining nonstop. Um, with that, I evolved into the Southern Soul realm. Have you ever heard of Southern Soul?
I have not, I don't think. No.
Well, you probably haven't because Southern Soul isn't in the mainstream yet. It's an underground kind of genre that's, you know, very popular in the South. So, I say it's blues, R&B oriented. It's the people call it cookout music, those type of songs. So I got in that realm and pretty much kind of took it over because I had already had a platform from when I was doing dance fitness. So I came in there adding my twist to things, to the line dances, making them more fun, um and making more people want to do it. And that was like I'd say around 2022. And since then the big boots on the ground phenomenon came. And before the boots on the ground came, I had built my reputation to be known as, if I dance to your song, it's going to blow, it's going to be a hit, everybody's going to want to do it. So when boots on the ground, surfaced in TikTok, and I saw it and I liked the song, I instantly jumped on it and I was going viral every time I did a dance, viral. So it kind of helped, along with the DJs and the other dancers that were doing it, jumpstart the whole phenomenon of boots on the ground in 2025. So that was super big for me and a great, stepping stone. And I feel like it kind of proved like, what I can do for a record and things like that. And since then, Southern Soul is growing. You might see, artists on bigger shows like 803 Fresh, who made Boots on the Ground, and Tony Armani, King George. You probably don't know these singers by name, but I'm pretty sure if you hear their music, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes, I'm pretty much an all around entertainer. I'm right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I've transitioned into an artist, so I got my own music coming out and things like that. So Tay Cheesy is just an all around entertainer that just goes around making people happy, making people smile.
You recently sparked a viral conversation about misconceptions dancers face. That dance doesn't define respect, right? So what made you speak up and what response to this conversation surprised you the most?
Well, first of all, I attend the HBCU, so I learned, like I say, I learned where a lot of dances come from, all the way down to dances like twerking and things like that. And it just depends on the area you're in on how a dance is perceived. Being that I live in so many areas, so I'll be in this city and twerking is perceived as monstrous as it is in a area like Mississippi or something like that. So it's just everything is all about perception. And me, I'm just a dancer. I've been dancing since I could walk. And when I started dancing, I wasn't doing the dances thinking sexual or anything. Even I knew I can roll my body. I knew I could roll my hips. That's because I knew I had the skill to do it. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm rolling my hips to look sexual. No, I'm rolling my hips because I can kill this. Like I, because I'm good at it. You know. So it's but on the outside looking in, everybody doesn't think like that. A lot of people are ignorant, so they'll see me rolling my hips and think, oh, she's sexual, or she fast, or she this, or she that, and it'll make women perceive you as that, and it'll make men perceive you like you're easy or just different things like that, and that's not the case. So I just feel like people should just have more of an open mind when it comes to first of all, approaching dancers and respecting dancers. A person proves their respect based off their character, not based off their talent and just what they're capable of doing.
Right on. And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
going back to the Southern Soul title, you've been labeled the Beyonce of Southern Soul, I'm hearing. So how do you feel about being labeled the Beyonce of Southern Soul? And does that add pressure or kind of just fuel your drive?
It doesn't add pressure. It honestly um makes me see things a little different, because you never know how people perceive you on the outside looking in. And I'm real hard on myself. So I just, kind of gave me like, okay, I must be doing something right if I'm being, in the same sentence with a person who performs on the same caliber, you know, Beyonce. I look up to people like, Michael Jackson. You see him on my shoulder, you right there, what I'm saying? People like him, and she has the same energy like the Chris Browns and things like that. So to be compared to someone like her, that's an honor in itself. So it really just makes me want to like just go harder, step up, and stay on top like all those people did their whole lives.
Choreographing Boots on the Ground at the BET Awards obviously was a major milestone. So walk us through what that experience was like for you behind the scenes.
Yeah, so 803 fresh, it's 803 because it's from South Carolina. So that's the South Carolina area code. So that's how you can remember. But yeah, so with me helping, blow the song up, me and him became very business close. So, I did the music video for him, and we will also cross paths in a lot of shows people would book us for. So of course it only made sense, for him to invite me to the BET Awards. And then not only that, he also helped me by giving me the opportunity to choreograph that show so I can have that, on my resume. Cause I told him, I was like, I love to dance. I love line dancing, but line dancing isn't my life. That's just something I'm just great at doing. I said, I say my true, dream and my true passion is choreographing and entertaining. It's not just, couple line dancing. No, it's not. That's not the end all tell all for me at all. That's just something that just happened. I just happened to, be very good at in this season of my life, and it carried me through for a few years. But it comes to a time where it's time to grow. So that whole experience was awesome, and I appreciate 803 for opening that door for me to experience that, because you know it was different. It was, with black folks, things be a little last minute. So I kind of got thrown into this big show, and I had like such small amount of time to prepare for it. But being that, like I told you before, I went to a HBCU, Jack State University, and while I was there, I played in the Sonic Boom of the South. So being in the band, I know how to work under pressure, because every single week we doing a brand new field show, brand new, completely new steps. Got to make a brand new dance for it, teach everybody in 5 days for the football game Saturday. You know, so having that experience, I was pretty much ready. I'm like, okay, it's go time. I love being under pressure. So just me going through that and seeing the outcome of it, I'm like, okay, if I can do that, I know what I'm capable of doing. I know I'm capable of producing something even bigger and on a grander scale. So I'm just glad I got that, jump start with my boy 803 Fresh. Shout out to 803, man.
So you're also making some big moves to I'm reading here you've been requested to appear in Ghana and other places in Africa. And so you're making, I mean, you're touring national, internationally, connecting with new audiences, young audiences. What does taking your art to the African continent mean to you?
That meant everything to me because I'm actually Nigerian. So I have family in Nigeria. I was booked in Ghana, so I haven't gotten booked in Nigeria yet. But just being able to go there was, amazing for me. And dancing, for the people in Ghana and seeing their faces light up when they see me dance and stuff like that was awesome. And like I say, that gave me another push because it's like everybody say music is a universal language, but I feel like dance is more universal because everybody can understand a dance move, you know. Uh Songs got different languages. And yes, you can understand the feeling through what somebody is singing, but a dance move, we can all interpret that the same in the same room. I don't care where you come from. So I feel like dance is the most universal language in the world. So just being able to experience that just shows me like if I could do this, I could do this. So yeah.
And you launched the 106 and Dance Line Countdown. Tell us about the 106 and Dance Line Countdown.
So the 106 and line dance countdown. First of all, I recorded that early 2025. Pretty much it was, so I was inspired, of course, by 106 and Port. I grew up watching this show. So I was pretty much like, I want to make a TV show to where I put a light on Southern Soul. So, and also on line dance, because at the time, um, Boots on the Ground wasn't what it was yet, but it was starting up because I had got 803 Fresh as a special guest on my show because he was just starting up and he did it because of what I was doing for his record. So it's kind of like you know, you've been showing me love, I'm finna show you love back. And it was our first time meeting. So it's the concept is I bring the Southern Soul artists on, I interview them, ask them questions, let them tell, me things like about their life or how they produce their records and how they feel about Southern Soul, things like that. And the whole purpose behind it is to show the world what Southern Soul is. Cause like when I got on this interview with you and I said, do you know what Southern Soul is? You didn't know what Southern Soul was. So with me bringing a platform like that and putting it on, it's on a TV network called AMG TV, but I've been thinking in the last few days I'm going to release it on YouTube because I want everybody to see it. Like I don't, it's not about the money, it's about spreading awareness. The money is gonna come. So you know, I'm going to make that happen so people like you can just look it up because y'all deserve to know what Southern Soul is because it's a bunch of talented people and talented souls in that genre and a lot of good music, that speaks to your soul, that your kids can listen to. Like the thing about Southern Soul music, it all has different messages and it's not all raunchy. So you can listen to it with your family, your grandma, your auntie, and not feel comfortable. And y'all still jamming, still in that thing, still getting it. So that's the beauty of Southern Soul. So I want to show the world that. And of course, bring light on the line dancers. Cause the line dance countdown, on 106 in Park, it was a music video countdown. I'm like, no, I'm gonna give y'all a line dance countdown. It's not the line dance music video. I incorporated the different line dance groups and like the content creator that was, hot at the time. Cause like I said, I recorded it early 2025. At that time, it wasn't many line dance creators yet because the phenomenon didn't yet. It was still sparking, but it hadn't So it was about a handful. So the ones that was popping in, I had them on the show. If I was to do it now, I'll have episodes for days because it's so many. Since then, it's so many new creators, so many new people, so many new groups. It's crazy. You can't even keep up with it. So the timing was impeccable, for when I recorded it. Um, but I just hope like a big network like BET or something picks it up, and they see the value in it, to show the world, because the world deserves to know what Southern Soul is, and they deserve to have a show like that because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? We talking, we laughing, we dancing. What's better than that? Watch TV. You having to cook out at home. That's how I feel about
Right
it.
on. I love it. You received the key to the city of Granada. I mean, were you shocked when you received that news that you were being recognized in this way?
Yes, I was shocked. So Grenada was one of the first cities in Mississippi that, showed me a lot of love. Like they booked me for a big event out there, and every time I go out there, it's awesome. Everybody come and they support like crazy, including the mayor. So if you go on social media, that mayor likes to dance. Like he's kind of viral for dancing all the time. So that's kind of where we connected. He was a fan of mine, and I've always been a big philanthropist. I love giving back since I was younger, and because my family always had me giving back clothes, things like that. So as I got older and I'm making money, I'm able to really give back, how I want to. So whether that's school supply drives, I do the book bags every year. This year I did the fireworks for the kids before they went back to school. Christmas, I have a Thanksgiving thing I do every year called Tay Cheesy Turkey Giveaways, where I do it kind of different every year. One year I cooked for some families. The next year I bought them all some groceries and dropped it off. This year I took 4 families grocery shopping. So I do it kind of different every year depending on the time I have. So just with that, when I went to once Grenada showed me all the love, of course I'm gonna give back to them. So I hosted some community events with them. I did a turkey drive in Grenada. I did, like I say, the school supply giveaway and just other different things. So I guess doing all those things and having a relationship with the city and the politicians, they wanted to give me the key.
Very nice. And so, of course, I'm from Chicago, so we pronounce our A's really weird. So I pronounced it, what did I say? I think I said
Grenada.
Grenada, but it's Grenada.
It's Grenada.
Thank you for checking me,
Yes,
girl.
ma'am. You
Okay,
good. You
I like some
good.
correction, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Tay Cheesy. I have one last question for you today, Miss. So, your bio says you have some new music on the way. Obviously, you're booked and busy. What can your fans expect from Tay Cheesy in 2026?
Just expect a lot of big things, a lot of leveling up, a lot of growth.
Short and sweet and simple.
Yes, and watch out for my music.
Very
Watch out
good.
for my music. When you listen to it, just expect to have fun, feel good, get up and dance.